What's up, everyone? It's me once again. It's 11:11. Everybody, do the intending, make a wish, get in alignment, y'all. We getting in alignment. It's that full moon energy is still here. I'm definitely on the road to receiving that right now. So I'm just gonna take a few breaths. Yes, that's right. That's right. I'm receiving it. Receiving my blessings. I know that's right. All right, y'all. I know I'm up late, but I usually am. And today I have been doing a little bit of light reading. The first book that I am reading right now is called The Serpent Grail. And it is the truth behind the Holy Grail, the Philosopher's Stone, and the elixirs of life. It is a very good read. I am only a little bit through it. Only a few pages through it, but I will finish it by the end of the couple of days. And then I will share my information with you all. I was inspired because one of the, I'm going to look for it. One of the cards in my deck is called, I want to use this deck instead. It's called the Ace of Cups, and it closely resembles the Holy Grail. And with that, I want to show you guys what that looks like, if I can find it. Hey, Ace of Cups, where might you be? Where's the Ace of Cups, y'all? See, when I need the Ace of Cups, I can't find that shit, huh? Is that how it's supposed to be? I'm sorry, y'all. Just give me a minute. I want to show y'all what the Ace of Cups look like in my deck. Where is the Ace of Cups? See, when you want to find the Ace of Cups, then that's when it shows up, apparently. When you don't want to find it, it's like, okay. Oh, here it is. Ace of Cups. So, doesn't this look like the Holy Grail? Just a little bit. Look at that. So, I was inspired to read this book. One of my friends loaned it to me from her library, and I figured, you know, why not? So, the Holy Grail is a lot of things, and it is related to the Philosopher's Stone and the elixir of life, and it's said to hold the elixir of life, and that is, the elixir of life is what I would like to call everlasting life, or to be able to regenerate yourself, or be able to live, have your consciousness live past this lifetime. Which is awesome. So I'm reading this book right now. That's what I'm doing. And doing a little workout exercises. I like to do my exercises at night, but I probably will get up and do some exercises in the morning too. With that, I'm going to do a little general reading for y'all today. I'm going to focus probably on just one card and see how deep we can focus into that card for right now. It is the full moon. Ooh, we got a card. They just dropped. I need a new table so I can just let the cards drop back. Oh, fuck. It's the Ace of Cups. I don't make this up, y'all. I don't make it up. So the Ace of Cups, that's funny as shit. Okay, y'all. I did not do this. If y'all think I'm lying, y'all didn't see me shuffle the cards. Oh, damn. But y'all saw this, right? So, obviously, the Ace of Cups wants to come out. So, we're talking about this fulfillment that seems to come out of nowhere. And the Ace of Cups is that gift from God, so to speak. And I say God because we all have our conceptions of what God is. And oh, you have a table for me, Viv? Oh, snap. I need that table, Viv. But we all have our conceptions of what God is. Now, when I refer to God, I refer to the Creator. And for me, I'm going to discuss a little bit of my beliefs. I believe that there is one God, okay? And not in the sense of whatever I believe is. I believe, like, logically that there is one God. Like, there's one Creator. Like, that's what I believe. And that is because I believe that everything comes from an origin. I look at nature. I look at how things work in nature. Everything comes from an origin. Something begets something, begets something, begets something. So in terms of, you know, what created us as a human species, you know, something created that, something begat that, something begat that, something begat that. And we'll never know what that something is. That's why I refer to it as the creator. Now, do I know what this thing is? No, I don't know. But do I believe that there's one God and one creator? Yes, I do. Because just the fact that just look at nature, just look at how things work. Like something is begat from something. And nothing comes from nothing. Except for apparently the creator. So the only thing that supersedes any of the rules of nature is the creator itself. Is the creator of nature. I could say that we are part of the creator. So in the likeness that I am part of the creator and that I have the ability to create and you have the ability to create as well. We are like the creator and we are a part of the creator, but we can't call ourselves the creator. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's like being a part of a body. And so like if you're a finger on the body of the creator, if I chop that finger off and I'm looking at that finger on the ground, I can't sit there and call that single finger a creator, the one creator. I have to call it a finger because it is separated from the creator. It's not the entire thing. It is a part of it. Just like if I pluck out the eyeball of the creator and we say, is that the creator? The answer is no, it's not the creator. It's an eyeball, you know, because it has separated itself from the body of the creator. It is not the creator. It is only part of the creator. So that is what I view. That is when I say God, when I say the creator, that's what I'm referring to. The thing that created everything, you know. Even when it comes down to deities, spirits, ancestors, all of that, like God and the creator created all of that, good and bad, you know, good and will be considered bad or evil or negative. So when I see this Ace of Cups, and I want to talk about the Ace of Cups more in depth, and I think that I will once I get we don't know. The thing is, like, we don't know. So I'm comfortable with not knowing completely because it'll probably blow our minds in a way that we will not understand. So as far as the Ace of Cups is an emotional renewal, and that's what it is seemingly coming to find out. But I'm also finding out some more things about the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, like, we want to know what's in here. Like, what is really in this Holy Grail? And the part of that I want to go into is like, whatever is this Holy Grail has within it is something that we feel like that we need. And so the Holy Grail in that aspect is when you find this Holy Grail and something appears before you and has whatever you need to sustain you within it, that's what this Ace of Cups is, you know? So I look at this Holy Grail and we might see it as emotional fulfillment, the element of water, sensitivity, but this is also the unconscious, you know, the mystery, being able to go into spirit. Like, this is the vessel of spirit, you know? So the Ace of Cups is that vessel that is the gateway to the spirit realm, apparently. And our conscious and unconscious mind is the worlds that we live in. And the gateway between the conscious and unconscious, where they overlap, is this vessel of the Holy Grail. And the Ace of Cups, now this takes on a whole new meaning for me, because I've been saying the Ace of Cups is emotional fulfillment, which it is in some cases. But now when I look at this cups and I look at the element of water, the water is the unconscious. This moon is the unconscious. You know, now there's layers on the layers. So, and I look at the full moon, I'm thinking, you know, what does this mean? You know, what does it mean? And the full moon gives us access to the unconscious while we're still in our conscious state, so that we can go back and forth willingly between those worlds. And the person who can do that is the shaman. The person who can do that is the witch or the goddess or whatever you call yourself, if you're able to go back and forth between unconscious and conscious states of being and be able to connect those two worlds together, that is what it is. And if you're able to do that, then you have the Holy Grail. You are the Holy Grail. You are the vessel that connects the conscious and unconscious worlds together. So think about that. Think about that shit. That's some good food for thought. So the Ace of Cups came out. I pulled it out, and then I shuffled the cards, and I was like, okay, whatever card pops out, I'll talk about it. And the Ace of Cups popped out again. So I want to put this as the highlight of the Ace of Cups. And I wanted to draw another card to kind of expand on what we're talking about. So the Ace of Cups is that initiation into the unconscious, being able to be free and explore who you are on a state where it is metaphysical. It supersedes the physical realm, you know. I hope that I'm making sense to y'all. So I'm getting a little deeper. So if y'all came for class, this is where y'all get y'all pencils, and y'all coming to Hogwarts today. So we get our pencils, you know. So the card that comes out is Juno. And I don't really know much about Juno as a goddess, but Juno represents, in the tarot deck, the traditional tarot deck, is the Hierophant. And they call this card tradition. So the Hierophant, and if anybody knows anything about Juno, the goddess Juno, please let me know and put it in the chat. Now, the Hierophant is a card of knowledge, you know, spiritual knowledge. Not only spiritual knowledge in the sense of downloading that wisdom and being the receiver of that wisdom, but then also building belief upon that spiritual knowledge that is practically applicable. And so when I see the Ace of Cups and I see this card, the Hierophant, the person who is the holder of this cup or the holder of this vessel is able to build belief systems based upon the messages that they get from the unconscious and how they connect it with the conscious, bringing those things together into one thing, which is that belief, which is that bridge between what we feel is like the physical world and what we feel like is metaphor, what we can't perceive with our senses, but we have extra sensory understanding to be able to connect those worlds together. And also there's a moon here too. If you can see, there's a nice full moon under the edge of Juno. The thing I do know about Juno is she's the goddess of what is it? Passage of rites. So with the passage of rites, that is the gateway of which the shaman goes into the spiritual realm, and they're granted access into the spiritual realm through those rites of passage. And once they complete those rites of passage, they're able to go in and out of the spiritual realm, how they please. So the beliefs of the shaman, the beliefs of the person who is going and into the unconscious, coming back out with that knowledge and wisdom, is the one who is sitting here right now. And Juno is that goddess that allows the person who is you to understand the implications upon which it is you are to get that knowledge and understanding by going through those rites of passage. So some people they say have near-death experiences. Yeah, portals. So yes, that's what I'm trying to say. So the Juno is the one who opens the portal to the spiritual realm, but you are really the one who opens the portal to the spiritual realm, and you become the vessel upon which spirit flows through you into the physical realm. And upon that is the Ace of Cups. Like whatever is in this cup, you are the cup. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. And this is spirit. This is the extra element flowing out into the physical, you know. So your unconscious self and your conscious self become one, and they become one within you. The Ace of Cups is also it is a sexual reference of the female, masculine, and feminine coming together, literally. And if we want to talk like that. And the point at which creation happens. So that is a big thing too, is creation. So at the point where the conscious and unconscious meet, is also a point of creation within this cup, and the product that is made from the point of creation where the conscious and unconscious meet and form together. The third product is what is inside of the cup and is overflowing. Okay, that is the newborn consciousness that is you. The not quite what is the physical consciousness is like. The lower consciousness is being in the world, surviving from day to day, paycheck to paycheck, having to go to work and shit, having to take care of kids, having to fucking deal with a boss that you don't want to deal with, that everyday shit, like having to find out what you want to eat tomorrow. What the fuck? Having to find out how you gonna pay your rent. That's physical consciousness, all right? You are the son of, the mother of, the dad of. That is physical consciousness. Now, the unconsciousness is your spiritual self, your spiritual understanding of who you are. Like, that is unknown to you, but by exploring that and awakening that part of yourself and then integrating that is this third product. It is the unconscious you, which you have no knowledge of, but you can find out about, you know. And then there's the conscious you that you have become on this physical plane. And then the melding of those two together is that third product, which is is within this cup right here. I hope y'all understood that. So I am kind of like, I don't really understand this all the way through, but I'm like downloading the information as I'm going along. So hopefully y'all are on this ride with me and understanding this too. So I want to add on to that. We're doing this real good. This is realms of understanding and true power of and love. Okay, so I'm going to try to channel some more information. Help me get some more information. Help me get some more information about this Ace of Cups, because we are on a roll here. All right. Come on now. You got it. Ooh, I have Chang'e. Now, Chang'e is the goddess that lives on the moon. Coincidentally, she lives on the moon. She lives in the unconscious. So Chang'e is contemplation or meditation or the trance-like state, which is I also read about here. So one of the ways to be able to also access this is through the trance-like state. And it's funny that Chang'e comes out because she is a goddess that lives on the moon to be able to be by herself and meditate and achieve a state of her divinity, you know. And she's a goddess that is Chinese. I think she's Japanese too. So you can find her in her story online if you wish. So we're talking about the Ace of Cups, contemplation, and tradition. So contemplation is also known as the Hermit card. But contemplation and meditation grants you access to the unconscious realms, to your unconscious mind. If you can step into the world of the spirit willingly, then you're a shaman, you know. Or you're a medicine person, or you're a witch, or you're a goddess, or you're whatever you are. If you are able to do that, then you achieve this other title. You achieve this, I want to call it fourth dimensional metaphoric archetype is what you are. When you go into the other realms and discover what it is that you are, then by that default, you are that, you know. And you are also what you are in the physical realm. But it is the molding of those two together, which is the Ace of Cups. Because I feel like in the physical realm, we want to understand more about more about us. Like, we don't ever want everything to be mundane. We wonder if there is anything else out there that is for us, and we have a longing to understand what is beyond our perception, you know? And that longing is also, I feel like, what the Ace of Cups is about. And when I look at the Ace of Cups and I see this cup overflowing, you know, if you invited someone to listen, you can share this video with them, or you can invite them or share them. You can try to share it on their page. It doesn't matter. It's fine if you want to share my video. But okay, where was I? I'm sorry. We don't want to just be physical. Like, that's not what is fun. You know, we don't want to be just physical. Like, we don't want to think that. That's why we like books, and that's why we like mysteries, and that's why we like magic, and that's why we like all of that. Is because, and that's why we like religion too. Is because, like, we don't want to think that this is just it. Because this is not all that's where it's at. Like, this is only part of the story. And physically, I feel like if we are only physical beings and there's nothing else, then we have no purpose. We have no reason for being. There's no everything is coincidence. There's no divine plan. There's no synchronicity, you know, there's no intelligence that is beyond ours. It's just us. You know what I'm saying? And science wants to believe that we need proper proof before we can believe in something, which I feel like this is what this card is too. Like, the proper proof, like, see it before believing. But if you can believe before you see, if you can do the reverse, that is the unconscious. That is the meditation, you know. Meditating is believing before seeing, and going into those rites of passage, going into the unconscious and stepping into the unknown, and the experiences that you have going into the unknown, going into the astral realm, going into your dreams, and going into whatever visions and whatever you have, and bringing those experiences back in your own terms and having your own understanding of what went on. Then you have a visceral experience that only you can validate, and only you can say within your terms, and only you can teach in terms of how you communicate with other people, you know. And you can resonate with those who can resonate with you, and you know, that's just what it is. That's what the shaman does. That's not a scientist per se. So the shaman doesn't need to have proof before he believes in something, not physical concrete proof. The physical concrete proof happens later. It happens after. And I feel like these cards together, the belief, the Hierophant, the knowledge built upon belief, those belief systems, and how they correlate within our traditions and of everyday life, and then how we meditate on our own, how we find out our own understandings and access our own gateways into the unconscious, is what this Ace of Cups is. I think I'm on a roll, y'all. I think this is something new. This is something new for me. Okay, so I'm on a roll. Is there anything else in this? Is there anything else in this spread to further expound on the Ace of Cups, the Holy Grail? And I'm going to probably be doing more research on the Holy Grail, and I encourage y'all to do it too. And this is the book that I'm reading. It's called The Serpent Grail, and it is by Philip Gardner and Gary Osborne. Thank y'all for hanging out with me in my weird space in my full moon time. It is okay. What is there for us also in this time and in this space? And I'm going to search in the deeper meanings of the other suits too, because I believe that I want to go deeper. I feel like I know what I know, but also I want to be able to understand. Okay, so we have the Princess of Cups. Okay. So this is a person. So the Princess of Cups is a messenger, And in the aspect of the suit of the cups, here she has, this is a child that has the Holy Grail in her hand. And so when I think about this card, I think about the innocence of children and how they are naturally imaginative. They naturally go into states of consciousness and unconsciousness, even before they are indoctrinated with, psychologically, with, psychologically, when kids grow up, when they first start growing up, they pick up the traits of the mother, then they pick up the traits of the father, and whatever else, religion, just what have you. And so, I'm sorry, like my head is like hurting because this is kind of tight. So this is the childlikeness of the quality of the Ace of Cups, the Holy Grail. And this child has the Holy Grail in their hand, and they are taking part of it. They are freely and innocently going into the unconscious without fear, but with understanding. So there's a childlike understanding that comes with the Ace of Cups, comes with rites of passage for young people, comes with meditation. And I feel like young people need to be able to be taught to meditate at a young age so that they can access these states of consciousness on their own. But ultimately, like, I think about my adolescence, and a lot of it, was in front of the TV, just like all of the rest of my age group. We sat in front of the TV. And a lot of TV was, in essence, taking advantage of children's ability to be able to be imaginative, because of all of the subliminal. That's why I put a lot of subliminal shit on TV for kids. If you don't believe me, you can go on YouTube or you can go anywhere and look at all the subliminal shit that they put into the kids' stuff. With that, like, I'm not saying that kids should or should not watch it. I think that there was a medium between how much that I was sat in front of the TV, and how much I sit in front of the TV now. So in the essence of like how open and how innocent the gateway is in children, how open children are and imaginative, they possess the Holy Grail. They naturally possess the Holy Grail. So the Princess of Cups is a messenger. Often the messenger comes in the form of a child, or comes in the form of something that is childlike, or someone that is childlike. And we lose that childlikeness. We lose that ability to be imaginative and go into other states of consciousness, because I feel like that's why there's so much subliminal advertising, is because we have the ability to create with our minds, even as children, and children are open gates, like they're open gates, wide open. And it's not till later that they learn to have to close those gates because of things that happen to them, or someone takes advantage of them, or their ego starts to protect them. This is the point where once that child is grown up, then it develops an ego, and that is what protects our childlikeness. That is what protects our wounded child. And that, like I said, that child is not gone. Psychologically, that child still exists, but is being guarded by our egos. And that child can lash out. That's where I feel like that emotional lashing out comes from sometimes, when the moon brings that part of our unconscious back into our conscious awareness, and then we have flashbacks, we have memories that come back, we have emotions that fly out of nowhere, or we're triggered by something. And that's what I feel like the moon brings to us, is that gateway back into the unconscious, like the gateway that we possessed in the beginning, and to further, like, now I feel like my life has been getting back to that state where I'm open and not so much guarded as I was, and to attain that innocence again, that purity, Vivian, that purity again, with having access to those realms, because you're born with the access. Like, you want to say that some people have the ability to talk with spirit, or only a few people have the ability to talk with spirit. And that's where we have pastors and preachers and rabbis and Buddhas and all of that shit. But the truth is, like, we all possess the ability to access the unconscious realms from the beginning. And the ability is ripped out of us because that's where our creation comes in. That's how we affect the world, by birthing those things out from the unconscious into the conscious and making those connections. So with that, I want to look at the Anubis Oracle, and I'm going to bring this to a close because I am tired of talking. I just want to share with y'all my findings, y'all. I'm going to upload this on YouTube. Okay, so we have Nephthys, and she popped out of our deck with us. The High Priestess, Intuition, Mystery. Okay, so this is what comes up. And we have a lot of reference to the moon, and it is no secret. I think we had the moon yesterday for a general reading, and we have a lot of references to the moon. Chang-O lives on the moon. We have a full moon up above Juno's head. We have a moon right here by the Princess of Cups. And we also have a moon rising out of this cup, this Holy Grail right here. And we also have a moon, a crescent moon with Nephthys. And it is the High Priestess, Intuition and Mystery. So let's look at what the Anubis Oracle says when it talks about what we're talking about. Maybe it'll give us some insight. It said, Nephthys is the hidden or veiled one who serves as a medium between worlds. She comes to us in dreams, flashes of intuition and visions, along with Isis and Nekhbet Mother Mut. Nephthys is an aspect of the triple goddess. She relies upon spirit to direct in all her things, and she holds the mystery teachings of life, death, and rebirth deep within her essence. The mother of Anubis, Nephthys, is also the true virgin, or the woman unto herself, in her manifestation as the High Priestess. In our shamanic visionary experience, she inspires the seeker as she whispers her secrets into the wind and dances exotically under the starry sky, with magnificent serpents winding around her beautiful bronze arms. Look at this shit. We got the serpent grail right here. We got the serpent's grail. And we have, she has a serpent. Although she is less renowned than her twin sister Isis, they are seen together on the walls of the temples at either end of every sarcophagus in ancient Egypt. When Osiris's body was scattered throughout Egypt, it was Nephthys and Anubis who helped Isis find and gather the parts to make him whole again. When Nephthys appears, she is working with your third eye and your sense of intuition, which will guide you further into the mysteries and that which is hidden to your subconscious mind. She helps you see in the dark. If you've drawn this card, be especially attentive and watch for synchronicities. What you normally may think of as a coincidence is actually the universe trying to get your attention. Pay attention to those sudden hints of inner knowing and guidance, and watch for those outer events or experiences that form synchronistic parallels to inner messages you are receiving. When you give yourself the magic of Nephthys, she doesn't stop at opening your mind's eyes. She also opens your heart. Allow your entire being to thrive as you begin to see things in a new way. I thought that was good. Thank you, Anubis Oracle. Oh. And so I feel like it is no secret. I'm going to tell you something. So the reason why I believe in synchronicity so much is because just my experiences. Like when you look at the code, when you can look at the signs and symbols and see from moment to moment that things are connected, then you're like, okay, well, something funny is going on here. Something awakens your intuition when you feel like, okay, there's something more to these events, these chain of events, than what meets my eye, because I can see things, I can there are things that are connecting with one another. And every time I do a reading, it never fails. Even though sometimes I try to fail on purpose just to see if it does, but it doesn't. Secretly, that's like a secret I'm sharing with y'all. But in terms of like how we view these synchronicities, we know, like, y'all know, stop. Like, I have to stop playing myself too. Like, you know, now stop letting this reality get you down. Like, stop it. Stop looking at reality as fucking like stop looking at reality as this is all, that's it. When something happens in your reality and it gets you down, like, fuck that shit. Like, you know that there's something more to this shit right here than fuck your fucking bills, like your fucking places that you gonna stay, fucking check in the mail, fucking job, fucking boss and kids and shit. Even though I know y'all love your kids, but y'all more than that. Like, y'all are more than what's going on here. And there's something that's trying to nudge you and open you up to finding out what that more is, so that you can be complete, so that you're not just here, you know? And so what? People who don't understand will say, okay, well, there's no proof of this and there's no proof of that. And, you know, this is the devil and this is blah, 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 and this is blah, blah, blah. And, you know, and you can just say, fuck them. Because now you have a deeper understanding of what's going on than they do. And they're walking around like zombies trying to figure out, like, where's God, you know? So that's okay. I'm saying too much. So this is where we're going with this. There's something that's trying to open you up to the mystery that is supposed to be unfolding for you and for me. And with that, that's the quest, because this is a quest. The Holy Grail is a quest. And sometimes it appears in ways that we don't understand. But we are this Holy Grail. Like, the Ace of Cups is here as a reminder to know that our vessel is this body that we have is the vessel of our soul. It is what houses our soul. It's what houses the brain, the mind. And it houses our consciousness. So this body of ours is the Holy Grail. You are the Holy Grail, you know. And the fact that it is overflowing means that what is coming from the unconscious is making the connection with the physical, and it is making you complete. It is making you a new thing. It is something. It gives you that satisfaction. There's satisfaction in knowing that everything is not just, you know, uncoincidental. Everything's not just physical, you know. Everything's not just as it is, you know, how we can look at it with our eyes. You know, there's more to everything. There's more discovery, you know. There's more learning, you know. There's more to know. And with that, I think that we're going to bring this one to a close. But I appreciate y'all. This was a different kind of reading based on some of my research that I have been doing. And I had asked for some help because I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. And so my spirit guides helped me out and popping the right cards out and helping me disseminate the information to y'all. With that, I want you guys to do your own. I want to encourage y'all to do your own research. And then maybe y'all can end up teaching me something one day. Who knows? Y'all can end up teaching me, because sometimes I don't know. I know that I don't know everything. So it's all good. And with that, I want to wish you guys a happy full moon, happy Easter, happy fucking equinox. So happy everything, y'all. And I wish y'all the best. And I wish y'all a great shamanic journey to which y'all can go into the unknown and find out who y'all are and come back and bring that information back with you, okay? Peace.